Welcome on the Cosmic Adam, the Chosen One. What I'm going to share may surprise and possibly alarm you. If you're currently seeing this, it's not by luck. God has brought you to this point because something amazing is going to happen in your life. And you must be prepared. God has spoken plainly. The fact is this: everyone is going to be wiped out. But you're not like other people. The world is on the eve of a major transformation. Those who do not follow God's will suffer a terrible consequence. God, however, has something great planned for you, the Chosen One. This is more than just a change in your circumstances. It is a spiritual and cosmic metamorphosis. You will begin to see events in your life unfold at a rate that will astound you. The day of reckoning is coming, and you must align with God's perfect purpose. Before we dig into this life-changing insight, take a minute to stop and complete 3 tasks. Hit the like button. Subscribe to help us achieve 70,000 subscribers. Then write a comment with the number 99. This number sends a strong signal to the cosmos, enhancing the impact of this message. Remember, if you are genuinely a chosen one, you will be with me till the end. You know deep down within that this message is for you. If you're willing to accept the reality of what's about to happen, your life will be permanently altered. However, if you're not ready to hear what is coming, you may not make it through. For those of you who are ready, let us begin. This moment, this heavenly change is now upon us, and it can be felt deep inside your spirit. You could sense a stirring, an urgency, or a calling that you can't ignore. This heavenly alteration represents more than just a change in circumstances. It is God's will being realized in the most deep manner. The world will quake, and only those who have accepted their greater mission will remain steady. There is no going back now. The world may seem unclear, and you may feel unprepared. But remember this: you were picked for this. God is arranging this moment and directing you toward your destiny. All that remains is for you to take a step forward with faith in your heart, knowing that this is your moment to shine. As the divine plan unfolds, a clear contrast is being drawn. God sent this warning. Those who are not spiritually linked, who have abandoned faith, will not be able to weather the impending storm. The planet will be separated, with only the selected ones undisturbed. The urgency of this message cannot be emphasized. It's not the time to abandon your faith or question your mission. For individuals who have spent their lives without a connection to the divine, the approaching days will be fraught with unprecedented trials. Their unbelief, apathy, and rejection of God's calling will be their doom. But you are the chosen one. This is not a moment for dread. This is your opportunity to soar above the turmoil. Your religion serves as a shield, and your mission determines your route. This heavenly separation occurs for a cause. Those who have drifted, who have chosen material interests above spiritual progress, will bear the repercussions of their decisions. But you, those who have remained committed to the divine calling, will see God's promises fulfilled while others abandon them. You will remain firm in your aim. This is not by coincidence. This is by divine design. Many people find it difficult to understand how quickly the world is changing. What seem to be routine days will quickly become packed with remarkable happenings. The selected ones must be prepared for what is ahead, which will demand not just faith, but also unflinching preparation. The next transformation will require your attention, action, and trust. This is not the time for hesitancy. Those who have followed the road of faith and spent years developing their relationship with God will now face their ultimate test. It is not enough to just believe. You must be prepared to act, to persevere in the face of hardship, and to guide those who have lost their course. The gravity of the situation cannot be disregarded. Now is the moment to stand boldly and be the beacon of light that leads others through the darkness. The The world will turn to you for direction. Those who have never believed, those who have turned away from God, will come seeking solutions. You must be prepared to lead them, help them regain their faith, and accomplish your divine destiny. You have spent your whole life preparing for this moment. The moment for preparation has arrived, and your faith is the foundation that will get you through. The world has seen its fair share of wandering souls, individuals who have wandered from God's path and become disoriented in the midst of life's rush and bustle. But the hour for reckoning has arrived. God's kindness is reaching out to people who have lost their path, and they are coming back. The lost souls are returning more quickly than anybody could have anticipated. You could come across faces you never expected to see again. People who formerly strayed away from God and took a different path. They are returning not of their own will, but because God has called them home. This is a great spiritual awakening. The same individuals who rejected God's love and created suffering are now returning to seek forgiveness and reconciliation. And you, the chosen one, are involved in this process. However, it is not just about waiting for their return. It is about being the guiding hand that brings them back to the light. The selected ones must now be prepared to assist in the healing of those who are lost, to extend grace and compassion, and to tell them that God's love has never departed. The return of the lost is a spiritual obligation. God has entrusted you with this responsibility. God's plan is huge, comprehensive, and very personal. Everyone on this planet has a job to play, whether they recognize it or not. The selected ones are not superior than others. They are merely the ones who responded to God's call and stayed faithful in their faith. However, the regular ones, those who have yet to awaken, are also part of the plan. It is your obligation to lead them, show them the path. For those who have been lost and have not yet tasted the power of God's love, now is the moment to awaken. Their spiritual eyes are being opened, and they are now seeing the truth that has always been there for them. The regular ones should not be abandoned or forgotten. They too are part of God's plan, and it is the selected ones who will guide them to their rightful destiny. This is a period of significant change for everyone. The divine plan is developing in ways we cannot completely comprehend, yet we can sense the change in our hearts. The selected ones are called to lead, love, and guide others towards the light. This is a time of oneness. It's time to accept our joint mission and carry out God's plan on earth. Faith is the foundation of the divine plan. It's the thread that connects everything together. But what happens when trust fails? When the selected ones question their mission or begin to doubt God's plan? Those who lose faith in the face of adversity will be left behind. This is not the time to second-guess or question your direction. The last exam awaits you, and the only way to pass is with steadfast faith. There are no shortcuts or simple paths. Those who fail will bear the repercussions of their conduct. However, for those who stay strong and keep on to their faith, there is a prize beyond comprehension. This last exam involves more than simply belief. It's about taking action. Faith without works is dead. You must take the initiative, act purposefully, and stay dedicated to God's plan. The world will attempt to drag you away, but your faith will keep you grounded, and it will lead to your victory. The next storm will not just test your faith. It will need you to take on a leadership position. The selected ones are being called not just to fulfill their divine destiny, but also to defend the lost. It is your responsibility to guide them back to God and protect them throughout this difficult period. You're not supposed to tread this route alone. You have been selected at this time, not just for your own spiritual development, but also to help others on their journey. The bereaved will need your advice, courage, and compassion. You must rise to the occasion, defending them against the demonic forces that aim to destroy them. Your obligation is onerous, but it is also a tremendous honor. God has entrusted you with this duty because He knows you can lead others to salvation. You must be a light in the darkness, a source of hope for those who are lost. And as you lead them, you will achieve your divine mission in ways beyond your comprehension. During times of enormous change, it is easy to feel overwhelmed or unclear about our position. However, the selected ones are not required to grasp every aspect of the divine plan. In fact, when you move into your greater calling, you may be unaware of the entire scope of your actions. Fulfilling God's purpose may occur unintentionally. The divine will flow through you, directing your every action. What seems to be a natural growth of your faith will, in fact, serve to achieve a bigger purpose. You may find yourself doing unexpected things, expressing aid or affection in ways you could not have anticipated. This is not an accident. This is God working through you to create a divine chain of events. Trust that you are precisely where you should be. As the selected ones rise, they will not act out of selfish ambition or the need for recognition. They will act because it is their intention to do so. Each act of love, compassion, and instruction will contribute to the overall divine purpose. God's plan works most powerfully through you when you are least aware of it. There is no more waiting. The moment has come for you to claim your power. You can no longer afford to be hesitant, question your mission, or hold back. God is inviting you to rise, stand tall, and go ahead confidently. This is the time to truly embrace the role that was created for you long before your birth. Your power is not only for personal advantage. It is not about obtaining global success or recognition. God has given you the strength to accomplish your divine destiny, guide others, defend the lost, and walk in the light of His love as you step into this power. You will experience an inner power that you may not have realized existed. This is when your faith turns into action. Your heart becomes your guidance, and your soul becomes the impetus that propels the world forward. Don't allow fear or uncertainty hold you back anymore. You have all you need to achieve your divine mission. Believe in your own inner strength. God has prepared you for this time. Continue forth with trust, knowing you are not alone. The heavenly presence is with you every step of the road. The world changes around you. It's easy to get sidetracked and hang on to things that are no longer useful to you. Material distractions, relationships, and concerns, they all drag you down. However, your faith, your everlasting conviction in God, provides you with security. It is the only thing that will keep you safe as you go through the approaching storm. Let rid of everything that hinders you from fulfilling your divine mission. These ties, whether they involve individuals or outdated ways of thinking, will only slow you down. To really accept your calling, you must let go of what is keeping you back. Trust that God will provide, and that His plenty will be sufficient for you. The only thing that really counts is your faith. When you walk with faith, you're under God's protection and nothing can hurt you. This is not the time to cling to the past. This is an opportunity to go ahead with faith and confidence in God's plan. Whatever you should let go of, do it with grace and understanding. It's all part of the process of embracing your greater mission. Your faith will be your shield, guiding you through each struggle. The days of striving for personal accomplishment are past. God is calling you to a greater mission, one that transcends your own ambitions or earthly achievement. This is the moment to abandon the self-centered road and embrace a journey that is about something far bigger than yourself. Your quest no longer revolves on personal fame, fortune, or success. It's about living your divine mission, mentoring others, and spreading God's love to every corner of the world. The mission you are on is for the larger good, the souls you will touch, the lives you will impact, and the legacy you will leave behind. True satisfaction in life comes not from accomplishing personal goals, but from living in accordance with God's plan. Your success will now be defined not by how much you receive, but by how much you provide. Your actual purpose will be revealed when you serve others and do acts of compassion and love. As we near the end of this era, you may see unpleasant happenings, individuals vanishing, signals of the end, and times unfolding before your eyes. This is not to be feared or dismissed. These are the indications that God's plan is in action. Prophecies are being fulfilled. The rapture is occurring today, silently yet fiercely. People will depart, serving as a warning that the day of judgment is approaching. For those who believed, this will be a time of immense joy. However, for those who have rejected God, it will be a time of great regret. These indications are not intended to alarm you, but rather to prepare you. They represent a call to action, a reminder to be watchful and loyal, as well as to help others during this period of change. Though the world seems to be disintegrating, remember that these occurrences are part of a divine design. God's hand is at work, and His plan is being fulfilled. The indicators you're seeing aren't random. They are part of a larger spiritual awakening that is occurring. Keep your trust firm, stay grounded, and continue your mission. In the past, the Word of God was transmitted via word of mouth and conventional ways. But today, in the era of technology, God is calling on His chosen ones to communicate His Word via new avenues. The internet, social media, and current communication technologies are effective instruments for this aim. The world is more linked than ever before, and this presents a unique opportunity to spread God's love on a worldwide scale, whether via social media, blogs, podcasts, or films. The word of religion may reach hearts all around the globe in an instant. The selected ones must accept and use these new means to promote God's word. The moment has come to act, and the tools you need are there at your fingertips. Do not be afraid to use contemporary communication to achieve your divine destiny. This is how you will contact folks who would otherwise be inaccessible. He carried God's message. The world needs to hear His voice. You are the one who can bring that voice to life. Accept these instruments and utilize them wisely to spread the light. In a world driven by consumerism, it's easy to lose sight of what's actually important. But God's richness is not measured in terms of riches or goods. His spiritual richness, love, grace, and direction are the genuine resources that will get you through this period of transition. To welcome God's riches, you must first disconnect from the material realm. Let rid of the things that drag you down: fear, uncertainty, and material items that no longer serve your purpose. Walk under God's protection, knowing that He will provide for all your needs. When you eliminate the desire for earthly goods, you open yourself up to receive the magnificent treasures that God has planned for you. It's time to prioritize spiritual prosperity above financial affluence. Trust that God's supply will be sufficient for you. Walk with confidence, knowing that nothing can hurt you while under His protection. The moment has arrived. The holy countdown has started, and the spiritual awakening that is going to occur will transform everything. The selected ones will emerge, and the world will never be the same. This is a time of tremendous change, a spiritual awakening unlike any other. You are part of this awakening. You were picked for this specific point in history. It's not just about personal development. It is about humanity's collective rising, the restoration of faith, and the realization of God's divine purpose. The world may seem chaotic, yet it is the start of something magnificent. Prepare your heart, mind, and soul for what is ahead. Keep your objective in mind. Maintain your faith and understand that you are part of something bigger than yourself. The divine countdown has begun, and now is the time to perform your assignment. The world is awakened to a greater purpose. And the fact that you are reading this is not an accident. You are a part of this great spiritual movement. God is giving a wake-up call, urging you to take steps you never imagined. This isn't a transient moment. This is the beginning of a fundamental revolution in human awareness. The issue is, will you take the call? Will you rise to the occasion and accept the responsibilities that come with this awakening? Your involvement in this revolution is both unique and powerful. You were picked not because you are flawless or without defects, but because you have the heart, soul, and faith required to guide people through this changing time. It's more than merely sharing the message of God. It is about living it. It's about embracing His love, power, and knowledge. The revolution starts inside and through you. It will have an impact on the whole planet, which is facing significant issues. You will discover that your religion becomes a source of hope. The world needs leaders who are spiritually grounded and recognize the power of divine love and guidance. It's time for you to step up, take your position in this movement, and set a good example. Your involvement is not limited by titles or positions. It is characterized by your desire to follow your greater calling and guide others to salvation. The spiritual revolution isn't about defeating others. It is about bringing the world to a greater level of awareness. This is your opportunity to shine brightly and lead the path for the globe. Don't run away from the burden. The moment to act is now. The revolution begins with you. For far too long, the globe has been in a condition of complacency, with many people just going about their daily lives. But that age is coming to a close. The ordinary will no longer be sufficient. God created you for something far bigger. You are not designed to live a life of mediocrity. You're destined for greatness. And this truth is emerging in your spirit. Greatness does not imply fame or monetary fortune. It implies achieving the divine purpose for which you were formed. It entails leading a life of influence, service, and love. God has selected you to rise beyond the commonplace, to remain steadfast in faith, and to assist others through this period of spiritual turmoil. Your greatness is determined not by what you achieve for yourself, but by what you accomplish. For the kingdom of God, the end of the ordinary signifies the end of excuses. You can no longer hide behind fear, self-doubt, or lack of faith. You are being called to greatness, and the only thing standing between you and it is your desire to believe in God's plan. Don't settle for anything short of the heavenly life He has planned for you. Accept your fate and enter into the grandeur that awaits. Your life is not an accident. God has meticulously molded each moment and event to prepare you for this time. The world is waiting for you to ascend. The conventional existence is finished. It's time to have amazing faith in your cause. Trust that God has put greatness inside you. As the world descends into uncertainty, heaven delivers a clear and urgent warning. Faith is the only barrier that will keep you safe in these trying times. The powers of evil are working to weaken your faith and divert your attention away from your goal. But those who are founded in faith, who look to God for safety, will find serenity and security in the middle of the storm. In these latter days, material money, position, and worldly accomplishment will be meaningless. Only your faith will be strong enough to withstand the next hardships. God is urging you to build your faith, increase your trust, and walk boldly under His protection. The world will entice you to dread, question, and wander, but your faith will protect you from every misfortune. Faith is more than simply a belief. It's all about action. When you have steadfast faith, it shows in your decisions, actions, and words. It is the force that pushes you ahead. When the world attempts to push you back, the light will lead you through the darkness. Heaven urges you to strengthen your faith. Now, so you're ready for what's ahead. The storms ahead will be harsh, but your faith will be stronger. It's time to make faith your most powerful weapon. Trust in God's promise to never forsake you. And with that trust, you can withstand any storm. Evan's warning is plain. Your faith is your protection. Protect, nourish, and allow it to lead you through this difficult time. The time for indecision has passed. The selected ones are rising, and now is the moment to completely embody your heavenly power. This isn't about external conditions or waiting for the right time. The time is now, and God has already given you all you need to overcome the turmoil and achieve your mission. The power you desire is already inside you, waiting for you to claim it. Stepping into your divine power entails being the whole version of yourself. It means marching confidently, knowing that God will be with you every step of the journey. The trials that lie ahead will put you to the test, but you will not face them alone. You've been given the power, insight, and fortitude to face these obstacles front on. The authority you wield is not for personal gain, but for the benefit of others and the expansion of God's kingdom on earth. The selected ones ascend not for praise or reward, but for God's glory. Your heavenly power is a means of healing. For advice and leadership, the world needs your power, light, and faith. Now, more than ever, do not hold back. Take control and lead the path. This is the time to quit waiting for permission and take action. The planet needs the selected ones to rise and fulfill their divine calling. God is prepared to utilize you in great ways. Will you heed the call and use your spiritual potential in a society plagued by materialism? God is urging you to soar and rise beyond the distractions. Possessions and ephemeral passions have characterized countless people's lives. This is a call to look beyond the physical world and seek the eternal, to concentrate on who you are in God's sight rather than what you have. Are you prepared to answer God's invitation to ascend? Is an invitation to a higher level of life. It is a call to raise your soul, to transcend the temporal and concentrate on the spiritual. The material world provides fleeting pleasures, but God's kingdom provides permanent peace, joy, and contentment. To climb means realigning your priorities, putting God's kingdom first, and letting go of the world's false promises. The path to ascension will not be simple. It will need sacrifice, discipline, and a change of viewpoint. You may need to let go of old behaviors, relationships, and commitments that are preventing you from fulfilling your actual potential. However, as you soar, you will discover yourself closer to God, more in tune with His desire, and more satisfied than ever before. This is the moment to concentrate on what is genuinely important. The tangible world will go away, but your soul will last forever. Are you prepared to rise beyond the distractions of this world and accept the divine calling that awaits you? It is now. The option is yours. With immense power comes great responsibility. The chosen ones have been given with a precious mission, not only to live in faith, but also to guide others to salvation. This is no minor undertaking, and it should not be treated lightly. You have received the gift of faith, and it is now your job to share it with others. The world desperately needs direction. People are lost, bewildered, and looking for purpose. The chosen ones are called to teach them the path and provide God's love and light, which may heal wounded hearts and spirits. Your responsibility is more than simply living a faithful life. It is also to advise, educate, and lead others to salvation. This holy obligation entails both honor and duty. To bring people to salvation, you must first experience it yourself. Your behaviors must be consistent with your religion. Your remarks should be filled with truth and kindness. The world will observe, and your life will reflect the divine calling you receive via your leadership. Others will be brought closer to God, discovering the serenity and optimism they crave. The work ahead is enormous, yet you're not alone. God has given you all you need to perform this holy job. Believe in His direction, believe in His strength, and go forth with confidence. You are called to guide others to salvation, and you will do it using the power and insight that God has provided. The moment for separation has come. God distinguishes between the loyal and the unfaithful. This is a moment for awareness rather than judgment. It is time for the faithful to come up and assume their position in God's great plan. The world is dividing, and you are being urged to remain steady in your faith and rise above the chaos. This distinction is not intended to separate for the purpose of division, but rather to clear the road forward. The faithful will be beacons of light in a dark world, guiding others to peace, hope, and redemption. As the separation happens, you will realize that your bond with the faithful strengthens, while distractions and temptations become more obvious. This is God's method of leading you to your divine mission. The globe will grow more politicized, and it will become evident who is steadfast in their beliefs. The loyal will be tested, but not shaken. God's plan is unfolding, and you are part of the plan. Stay strong, trust His time, and know that He will be with you every step of the journey. The split should not be feared, but rather seen as a chance for clarity and purpose. The time for complacency is past. The world is becoming split, but the faithful will remain united in purpose. Trust that God's plan is unfolding just as it should, and that you are being asked to be solid in your beliefs. This is the time to ascend. Every believer has a time in their lives when everything comes together perfectly. The moment you understand that all of your hardships, problems, and prayers have brought you here. That moment is now. Divine timing cannot be hastened or coerced. It is a magnificent arrangement of circumstances that unfolds just as God intends. The time you have been waiting for has arrived. At times, you may have questioned God's timetable. You could have pondered why certain events occurred when they did, or why you had to wait so long for answers. But now, with clarity and insight, you see that everything was building up to this beautiful moment. This is when you must act. Trust in God's perfect time, knowing He has prepared you for what is ahead. God's timing is always perfect, even when it seems like everything are out of sync. When He says the moment is right, everything will fall into place. This is your time to shine, to embrace your destiny, and to carry out the divine mission for which you were formed. The wait is ended. The moment to act is now. You've been ready for this moment. Every challenge, suffering, and prayer has brought you to this place. Trust in God's perfect time and go on with trust and confidence. The time you have been waiting for has arrived. Despite the turmoil and uncertainty, it is time to accept your calling and realize your destiny. It is easy to surrender to dread, but God's message is obvious. Choose trust above fear. Fear will paralyze you. Faith will empower you. Trust in God's protection and know that whatever the world throws at you, you are safe in His hands. These difficult times are a test of faith, an opportunity to demonstrate to yourself and the world that your faith is in God alone. Fear is a normal reaction to the. However, this is not an answer from God. When dread emerges, respond with faith. When anxiety takes hold, replace it with faith. You're not traveling this route alone. God's protection surrounds you, and His serenity will protect your heart and mind. You can tackle any problems that come your way because God is with you every step of the way. Dear viewers, your support through Super Chat and membership is the only source of income that keeps this channel running. If you want me to continue uploading valuable content without delays and to stay motivated in providing you with the best wisdom. I need your help. Every contribution, big or small, makes a huge difference. Feel free to donate and support Pure Wisdom so we can keep growing together. Your generosity keeps this journey alive. Thank you for being part of this amazing community. If you're enjoying the content on Pure Wisdom and find value in the messages we share, I encourage you to subscribe. Based on the latest analytics, 93.9% of viewers are watching without subscribing. By subscribing, you not only stay updated with new content, but also support the channel's growth, allowing us to continue spreading wisdom for the chosen ones. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an important message. Let's build this community together.